What's good, y'all boys? Welcome back to another reaction video here at the Herbo'S assassin that killed countless rappers in Chicago. Nigga, what, nigga? Bro, that title sounds crazy, bro. But look, I don't even know, nigga. I guess G Herbo had an assassin that he only sent after the rappers, bro. But we finna figure it out, bro. I don't know. That shit sounds crazy.
Bro's head things.
The tale of Mad Maxx closely mirrors the experiences of many street gangsters, powerful, popular, and surrounded by a loyal crew, yet lacking the wisdom to know when to stop. Maxx wasn't your typical gangster. He was like a demon in human form. He lived for his gang, cherished by his friends, and dreaded by his rivals. In fact, meeting Maxx on the streets or in a dark alley was the last thing anyone wanted. However, Maxx's street reputation took a dark turn due to one final act. This is the extraordinary story of Mad Maxx, G Herbo's assassin that killed countless rappers. Mad Maxx, who also
talking about this nigga and we only 40 seconds in, like he the boogeyman, nigga.
Money and Killer Chris was raised on the east side of Chicago. His upbringing was primarily overseen by his mother due to the tragic murder of his father when Maxx was just 12 years old. Consequently, he swiftly adapted to his environment. Maxx hailed from No Limit, a faction of renegade Black P-Stones that merged with the Muskegon Boys, another renegade group associated with the GDs, to form NLMB. Within NLMB, Maxx had numerous relatives, including brothers, uncles, and cousins, all who held respected positions. Some claim that he was linked to two prominent No Limit members named Mally and G-Main Ski, but exact nature of their relationship remains unverified, whether they were blood-related or simply grew up together.
Hit a nigga with the 45th, better make his ass do 40 flips.
Regardless, they all came of age together, alongside
Herbo.
notable rappers G Herbo and Lil Bibby, who were among the gang's most renowned members.
NLMB is one of the biggest and most dangerous gangs on the east side of Chicago.
NLMB, comprising renegade subsets, established a reputation for conflicts with nearly every east side faction. However, in contrast to some other groups in Chicago, NLMB displayed a more organized structure. The presence of experienced individuals, known as OGs, guiding the younger generation contributed to the gang's resilience, despite its multitude of adversaries. The primary rival factions that engaged in conflicts pertinent to this narrative within No Limit's sphere were Lakeside, KTS, and Black Mob. Black Mob predominantly consisted of Black P-Stones.
Oh, we know about KTS. We heard about them in the last video, nigga. Recipe KTS Dre, but that nigga did the worst way, bro.
Side consisted mainly of GDs, yet both maintained complicated relationships of alliance and enmity with NLMB. KTS, on the other hand, represented a coalition of various sets, including members from Lakeside and Black Mob, featuring well-known rap artists like KTS, Dre, and Vaughn. Mad Maxx emerged as one of NLMB's most active participants and, concurrently, one of KTS's most vehement adversaries. He received his introduction into street life from his uncles and other seasoned individuals within his neighborhood, imparting knowledge on navigating the urban environment. However, like many young individuals respected in Chicago who lacked alternative means of livelihood such as rap, Maxx eventually succumbed to recklessness, which ultimately led to his demise. During Maxx's formative years, No Limit found itself embroiled in a fierce feud with Black Mob. Initially, the two gangs enjoyed an amicable rapport, but territorial disputes escalated into a protracted and hostile rivalry. In 2009, a No Limit member named Vito engaged in illegal activities within Black Mob's territory without the requisite permission or tax payments. Subsequently, a Black Mob affiliate confronted Vito for his failure to demonstrate due respect, which prompted No Limit's leadership to instruct Vito to retaliate against the offending party. Regrettably, Vito responded by opening
Nigga, you in somebody else hood, nigga, in somebody else whole in a nigga whole different territory, and you gonna get mad because they pressed you or something, and then so you gonna pop off because
fire on the individual in front of his family, a flagrant violation of their established code. This incident triggered a prolonged dispute between No Limit and Black Mob, culminating in Vito's own shooting. Vito's tragic demise set off a chain reaction of retaliatory shootings, escalating tensions between the two rival groups. At a certain point during this intensifying conflict, an individual named Dio, associated with both Black Mob and Lakeside, met a tragic end while walking alongside South Manistee Avenue on the 8100 block. The circumstances surrounding Dio's murder remain unclear, although rumors have persisted suggesting Mad Maxx's involvement. This event marked an initial occurrence in a sequence of alleged murders attributed to Maxx. In the year 2010, Maxx found himself incarcerated on charges related to an alleged shooting. However, due to his minor status at the time, limited information is available about this incident. Shortly thereafter, he re-emerged onto the streets, fueled by a quest for retribution. During the subsequent years, Maxx experienced the loss of several of his senior associates within No Limit, including his own blood uncle. In November 2011, the gang suffered a significant blow with the passing of White Folks, one of its leaders. White Folks had succumbed to gunshot wounds inflicted by Lakeside members in 2006. His demise resonated deeply within NLMB, particularly with Mad Maxx, as many gang members
That nigga love too. He a little nigga causing hell like this, bro.
Great reverence. Subsequently, a few months later, a harrowing assassination attempt unfolded, targeting a gathering of No Limit members, resulting in 2 fatalities and multiple injuries. The tragic incident occurred as the group congregated on a street corner outside a liquor store situated on the 2500 block of East 79th Street. An assailant driving by initiated a fusillade of gunshots using a Tech-9 firearm. 5 members of the group sustained gunshot wounds, tragically leading...
You don't hear about too many niggas slime with a Tech-9, bro. That's something you only use in a video game, bro.
To the loss of NLMB.
I don't even know what does a Tech-9 hold, bro.
Rock and Alamo, while 3 others endured severe injuries but survived. Notably, Rock, affectionately embraced by the gang as Rock Block, had transitioned away from street life and had merely come down to engage with some younger associates. In contrast, Alamo, aged 57 with 4 children, represented an older member within the gang. The identity of the perpetrators behind Rock and Alamo's killings remains unclear, though rumors have pointed toward the involvement of KTS members. Rock's close friendship with Mad Maxx had a profound impact on the latter, and his demise struck Maxx deeply. Consequently, Maxx made a solemn vow to exact vengeance upon KTS in the wake of Rock's tragic death. A few months later, in October 2012, tragedy struck when 33-year-old Carlos Alexander, also known as No Limit Big Los, met his demise in the 7900 block of South Escanaba.
Damn.
Around 10:30 in the morning, while outside his residence, 2 individuals abruptly approached and opened fire on Big Los, swiftly fleeing on foot. Big Los held a dual role in Max's life, serving as both a respected senior figure within No Limit and his blood uncle. Consequently, Big Los' tragic death had a profound impact on Maxx, transforming him into a relentless pursuer of revenge.
Big Los wasn't just one of Max's OGs, but also his blood uncle. So his death really turned him into a savage, and he was out for revenge.
Approximately a month later, on November 10th, 2012, Anthony Bagsby, commonly known as Bud from Lakeside, met a grim fate while walking along the 2600 block of East 79th Street. He encountered...
That's what I don't understand, bro. One, y'all know y'all in Chicago, right? You born and raised in Chicago, you know how I get. So, yeah, you think you cool. Yeah, you think you safe. Yeah, you think you got your shit on you. Yeah, you think you in your neighborhood. 2, nigga, you walking at night, nigga. Everything in that Chicago, New York area already too close, nigga. You probably going to your house and your op probably stayed 3-4 doors down. So you walk out your front door, you can see an op, bro. I say this every time we watch a New York video or anything like this, bro. Shit is too close for them to be walking around. Yeah, they think they strapped up. They got their switch or whatever, bro, but... You get caught lacking, bro, and they start firing this, bro. What Rollo said, nigga. Rollo, you can't run from a switch, bro. You can't even if you zigzag and you can't run from a switch,
assailants who subjected him to multiple gunshot wounds. Bud was promptly rushed to Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Bud was tragically pronounced deceased. A memorial service was held in his honor on a street corner near the site of his murder. Friends and loved ones acknowledged Bud's association with the street gang, but they also remembered him as an affable individual who had fallen in with the wrong crowd. No arrests were made in connection with Bud's murder, although rumors persisted linking members of NLMB, including Mad Maxx, who had been actively seeking rivals following the losses of Rock and Alamo.
Damn, what is this? Three bodies? This nigga Mad Maxx had,
Bud's
bro.
presence during the murder of Big Los, Max's uncle. However, Maxx did not halt his quest for retaliation. On April 4th, 2013, a Lakeside member of the name D'Angelo Simmons, also known as Lolo, found himself in a tragic situation. He was strolling down the street in proximity to his residence, accompanied by another individual, when 2 assailants approached them and unleashed a barrage of gunfire.
Just said it, bro. Walking at night, too close to the ops, nigga. You going to your crib, he probably going home. Look what that
sustained a
happened.
gunshot wound to the chest and was urgently transported to Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Sadly, he succumbed to his injuries later that same day. According to accounts from friends and family, Lolo had been out shopping for a family outing and was on his way home when the shooting occurred. A family acquaintance described him as a good-hearted individual.
He was out shopping for
the wrong place at the wrong time.
I ain't gonna say
Law
that. Wrong
enforcement
place, wrong.
authorities never
Exactly,
officially
bro.
identified
That's
the
it.
second individual accompanying Lolo at the time of the shooting. Nevertheless, speculation suggested.
And when these
that it might
niggas be
have been
shooting in
another
Chicago,
gunshot
bro, they be
known as
dumping
Maxx.
shit, bro. It don't be
Maxx
like 3-4 shots, bro. It's always a barrage, nigga. These niggas always got a word for the way they be dumping shit,
He
bro.
was allegedly part of the group in the vehicle that had opened fire on NLMB members on the day that Rock and Alamo were killed. Regrettably, no arrests were made in connection with Lolo's murder. Unverified rumors circulated, implying that Mad Maxx had been the one to fire the fatal shot at Lolo.
What is
Matt
that,
Main
5,
fled the
bro?
scene.
This nigga's
Additionally,
at like
there were
5, 6
speculations
bodies
that Chief
already,
Herbo
bro.
had been present during the incident and had
Gee.
pursued Mac Main, ultimately shooting him in the leg. However, these claims remain unconfirmed, as Mac Main did not seek medical treatment and was not identified by law enforcement as the individual accompanying Lolo when he was killed. Both Bud and Lolo held respected positions within Lakeside. Members of No Limit frequently exploited their deaths to taunt their adversaries, incorporating references to smoking on Bud and Lolo in songs and on social media platforms. This provocative behavior only served to intensify the ongoing conflict between Lakeside and NLMB. During the summer of 2013, the conflict between No Limit and Black Mob escalated significantly. Around that period, No Limit experienced the loss of its two members, Simo and Tracy. They wasted little time seeking retribution. In June 2013, a tragic incident occurred when 24-year-old Jordan Jefferson, a Black Mob member, suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the head in the 2400 block of East 75th Street. The Cook County medical examiner pronounced him dead at the scene. Reverend Isaac Whitman, a local church pastor, recounted that Jordan had assisted him earlier in the day by carrying supplies into his office, and he even attended a church service. However, Jordan expressed uncertainty about joining the church and later walked with the pastor's son to a corner store. Suddenly, 3 gunshots rang out, and the pastor, upon looking up, discovered Jordan lying lifeless on the ground. It was alleged that Mad Maxx, alongside a group of other individuals from NLMB, encountered Jordan and approached him, firing.
They was watching him in the church and waited for him to leave church. They waited for this nigga to leave church, bro.
3 shots that resulted
What is he at, like 7, 8 bodies now, bro?
in his tragic demise. Max's actions appeared to accumulate a growing list of casualties, marking his alleged 3rd murder in less than a year. August
Nah, it was more than 3. Because he was talking about at the beginning how he was, unless he was just shooting, bro.
10th, 2013 proved to be a significant loss for NLMB, and they mourned the passing of a respected member named Kobe, whose real name was Jacoby Heron. Kobe was fatally shot outside of McDonald's in 2400 block of South Oglesby Avenue. Kobe shared a close bond with G Herbo, who had spoken about him in interviews and even named a mixtape after him, titled Ballin' Like I'm Kobe. Moments before his death, Kobe had been with Herb and other NLMB members, engaged in a dice game on the block. However, he suddenly decided to head home, declining offers for a ride. Shortly after his departure, gunshots rang out, prompting the group to rush down the block, only to find Kobe lifeless on.
Look how that shit happens, bro. Just one day you decide, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk instead of, nigga taking me around the corner. I decided to walk, you feel me? Boom, nigga.
the street.
He's out here, I'm right here. On point with the lick. Oh, no, right there, shooting dice. No, they like right here. Bro walked off. Went to the crib, folks. We steady hearing shots and shit. We ain't even know this bro getting shot at or none of this shit, folks. It's 4 in the morning. You hear me, folks? It's 4 in the morning. I'm steady hearing them bitches. We like, man, somebody get blew down. We steady hearing them bitches. Then I just jump up like, fuck, that's Kobe, boy.
No one was apprehended in connection with his murder, but rumors circulated implicating KTS Vaughn and another individual named Posto. Kobe's demise represented a significant loss for NLMB, intensifying the existing tensions. In the pursuit of revenge for Kobe's death, NLMB continued to search for Vaughn and Posto. However, before they could reach their targets, Maxx allegedly took the life of another Black Mob member for the 2nd time that year.
This
On the morning
nigga don't miss. This nigga don't miss. If he see you, he gonna get you type shit, bro. That's the type of shit we on right now, bro.
Of August 13th, 2013, around 10 in the morning, a 34-year-old named Eric Chisholm was fatally shot by an assailant in a passing SUV on the 7400 block of South Colfax Avenue. Eric was standing with at least one other person when a light-colored SUV drove by and unleashed a hail of gunfire. He was rushed to Northwestern.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Every time we talking about somebody getting ran down on, whatever, bro, these niggas got a different word, bro. I done heard, nigga, he got hit with an insane amount of 60 shots, nigga. I done heard nigga got hit with a barrage of shots, nigga. I done heard he got hit by a hail of gunfire. Like, we get it, nigga.
Memorial Hospital, where he was subsequently pronounced dead. Although the police identified Eric as a known gang member from Black Mob, a neighborhood witness who knew him contended that he was not an active member and had recently become a father. Thus, it remained unclear whether Eric was affiliated with the gang or merely an innocent bystander. No arrests were made in connection with Eric's murder.
Shit, I mean, either way, if he
suggesting
used to be
the possible
affiliated,
involvement
there's
of
no
Mad
getting out of
Max.
the streets,
NLMB remained resolute in their pursuit of retribution for Kobe's death, and by the end of the year, they achieved their objective by reportedly eliminating one of his alleged killers, Posto. On November 23, 2013, a tragic event unfolded when Tyshawn Posto Anderson fell victim to a fatal shooting. The incident occurred in the 2700 block of East 80th Street, merely steps away from his own residence. Posto had been standing in a hallway when an unidentified assailant opened fire. He was quickly transported to the hospital in a critical condition, but regrettably was pronounced dead at 11:50 p.m. Law enforcement.
Okay, bro. These niggas don't miss.
Authorities asserted that Posto had documented affiliation with the gang. However, family members painted a different picture, describing him as a typical teenager who enjoyed playing video games and tinkering with electronic devices. Posto faced academic challenges and had been exploring alternative education programs. Nevertheless, they acknowledged his past involvement with gangs at school and his release from jail just 5 days prior to his untimely death. No arrests were made in connection with Posto's murder, but rumors circulated implicating Crazy James and Mad Maxx from NLMB as the potential culprits. It was believed that this act of violence was driven by a desire for vengeance following the death of Kobe. Posto held a prominent place within KTS and was well loved by its members. Subsequently, members of No Limit resorted to dissing Posto in their music and on social media platforms as a means to provoke their rivals, further exacerbating the already intense animosity between the two factions. Over the subsequent year, Mad Max faced multiple arrests, which significantly curtailed his involvement in street activities. On July 21st, he was apprehended for reckless conduct. Then on October 17th, he faced charges for not wearing a seatbelt and driving without a valid license. Although he was swiftly released for the latter offense, he found himself arrested again.
That's crazy, bro. They arrest these niggas for like some minor shit, bro, not knowing they got a whole fucking nigga assassin in their hands, bro. That's crazy, bro.
This time for disorderly conduct just a week later. Consequently, Max found himself entangled in legal issues for a significant part of that year, leading to a decrease in his street activities. On June 23, 2015, KTS Vaughn, one of the NLMB's primary adversaries, met a tragic fate when he was shot and killed. The exact perpetrator remained unknown, but the various theories circulated regarding his demise. Vaughn had been walking.
If it go unknown, we know who did it. We can say that now. We can say that. If it goes unknown, we know who did it. Facts. Cause any other time he mentioned somebody getting, oh, we have some type of information that say this who allegedly, and then he'd be like, oh, we have no traces back to who did. If it go unknown, we know who did it.
Alone in the 7500 block of South Ellis Avenue when occupants of an SUV spotted him, alighting him from the vehicle to shoot him repeatedly in the body and head. According to unverified reports, Vaughn was under the influence of Xanax at the time of his death and was not fully aware of his surroundings. Law enforcement arrived at the scene, pronouncing a 21-year-old dead. Vaughn had been one of KTS's most active members and had garnered enemies across several rival gangs. The identity of Vaughn's assailant that night remained shrouded in mystery, with one theory suggesting the involvement of NLMB members others, including Mad Maxx. KTS Vaughn had referred to
telling you,
himself
bro.
as Big Cutthroat the Smoker, and shortly after his demise,
If it
Mad
go
Maxx
unknown, we
adopted
know
the
who did
moniker
it.
The Smoker on his Instagram account. This led many to speculate that he was taking
did what?
had referred to himself as Big Cutthroat the Smoker, and shortly after his demise, Mad Maxx adopted the moniker The Smoker on his Instagram account. This led many to speculate that he was taking credit for the hit, although it might have been a means of taunting his rivals. In 2016, Mad Maxx encountered further legal complications and faced multiple arrests, primarily related to weapons possession. However, a transformation occurred in the subsequent year, and by 2017, Maxx resumed his previous activities.
You know, like, we've been in tour with them guys for a minute, you know, Lil Herb or whatever, them, like all them little 150 guys. You feel me? It ain't specifically Lil.
On July 10th, 2017, Black Mob suffered the loss of one of its most prominent shooters and renowned rappers, Shooter Shells. Approximately 3 months prior to the tragic event, Shooter Shells had released a fierce diss track titled Death of 150, which he targeted several deceased members of No Limit, including individuals like Rock, Kobe, and Fazio, names that Herbo had referenced in his own music. Furthermore, Shooter Shells had a reputation as a prolific shooter and claimed multiple casualties at the time of his death. Following the release of that mixtape, he became a primary focus of No Limit's retaliation efforts. Shooter Shells was ambushed while walking to his car in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood by 3 assailants who shot him repeatedly in the head and body. According to police reports, he sustained approximately 15 to 18 gunshot wounds, rendering him unrecognizable. The investigators recovered as many as 43 shell casings at the scene. 2 months prior to his demise, the FBI initiated an inquiry into the ongoing conflict between Black Mob and No Limit. Subsequent investigation into Shooter Shell's murder suggested a likely connection to the ongoing feud and his provocative diss track. Although no one was apprehended, persistent rumors pointed to the potential involvement of Mad Maxx. Years following the incident,
Mad Max,
a police
nigga,
report identified Mad
Nigga, they might as well have made the Mad Max movie based off this nigga just in a different way, bruh.
as one of the
Just in like a crazy way, bruh. Just in like a, I don't know what type, like a rock star way or something. I don't know, like a spinoff, but this nigga could have played Mad Max.
primary suspects in the murder. However, before law enforcement could apprehend him, events in the streets took precedence. On August 3rd, 2018, Mad Maxx found himself in a situation while in the process of moving into a building located on the 7600 block of South Kingston Avenue. While outside the building, he purportedly spotted an adversary from Lakeside and promptly made a dash toward the building, seeking refuge. However, he was unable to escape the pursuit and was ultimately chased down. During the confrontation, he sustained 2 gunshot wounds, one in the stomach and another in the arm. Maxx was discovered slumped over in the courtyard and was swiftly transported to the hospital in critical condition. Initially, there was hope that Maxx would recover from his injuries. Medical professionals managed to keep him alive for an entire month following the shooting. However, his battle with injuries came to a tragic end on September 3rd, 2018, when he succumbed to his wounds. A few days after the murder, police apprehended a Lakeside member named Terrell Webb, also known as Hell Rel.
Nearly 2 months, but Chicago police have filed their first
That's
murder
crazy
charge
as fuck.
stemming from the death.
Nigga, how you get caught by yourself moving into a building, bruh? You moving in, bro. You gotta have somebody helping you. How you get caught? How you by yourself moving in? Not only that, nigga, you known as Mad Maxx in Chicago, nigga. You gotta have your shit on you, bruh. Even if you moving in. Nigga got trying to run to the building, bruh. Obviously to get to his shit, bruh. Why else would he be trying to run to the building, bruh? You known as Mad Maxx and you somewhere moving into a building by yourself. And he had to be fully by himself because after they found a nigga slumped over, bruh. Just sitting there.
Deadliest
And then
weekend.
2 months later, bruh, like, I don't just, like, that's the shit I don't, you never know, bruh. That's the shit I don't understand, bruh. You get to the hospital, they pat you up and shit, and you still die 2 months later, bruh.
in Chicago has seen this year.
Crazy shit.
27-year-old Terrell Webb is accused of shooting and killing a rival gang member. He was charged after a deathbed statement from the victim. It was one of more than a dozen murders the first weekend in August.
A witness came forward and identified him as the assailant, leading to his arrest. Law enforcement officers also discovered a weapon in his possession. Nonetheless, rumors circulated regarding Maxx allegedly providing information on his deathbed. While he was in the hospital, slowly succumbing to his injuries, police reportedly visited his room and conducted an interrogation about the shooting. It was purported that Maxx was persuaded to provide a videotaped statement identifying Hell Rel as the shooter.
And do you understand who I am and what I do? And did I then ask you if you would agree to speak to me regarding the aggravated battery when you were shot? Did you agree to have a conversation with me? And Sorry, when we spoke earlier, did you tell me that you were moving into your mother's house? That and did you also say that as you were moving into your mother's house, you saw a subject or a person that you knew to be Terrell? That Terrell kicked open the gate and at your mother's apartment building and then proceeded to shoot you with a firearm. I'm sorry, is that a yes?
Notably, this videotape was never presented in court, and Hell-Rel was subsequently released due to lack of evidence. Nevertheless, the rumor that Maxx had cooperated with the authorities tarnished his reputation. Many of his adversaries contended that despite his street reputation, he had ultimately compromised it by allegedly cooperating with law enforcement. However, it's important to note that the veracity of these claims has never been substantiated. Despite the controversy surrounding him, members of
I bet they wouldn't try that nigga if he was here today, though. I bet if that nigga would have walked out of that hospital, bro, I bet that I'm just a reactor, bro. I'm not saying no government names, bro. The hell, what is it? What was his name? Hell-Rez something. But yeah, he would have definitely got his get back, bro. That's basically what I'm saying, bro.
No Limit continue to honor Mad Maxx and grant him the respect he earned as one of their most active participants. Like many individuals who command respect in the streets, Maxx appeared to struggle with knowing when to step away from the dangerous lifestyle. Had he not met his tragic end, it is conceivable that he would have persisted until encountering legal consequences. Ultimately, he made himself
that,
a
or he would have
conspicuous target,
obviously
and it was
eventually
merely a matter of
filmed it,
time before the consequences
damn.
of his actions caught up with him.
You know, you win some, you lose some. This nigga Mad Maxx won a whole bunch of them, but you know it was bad. It's gonna catch up to you eventually, or you gonna end up either dead or in jail, bro. Cause this nigga had shit. This nigga was taking off top players, bro. He wasn't just knocking off anybody, bro. This nigga was taking the star out the game for everybody, bro. He wasn't just, you feel me? But yeah, he wasn't just, yeah. On to a more say though, you feel me, bro? Rest in peace, that man, Mad Maxx, bro. You know, that shit crazy as fuck, bro. How this nigga, you know, nigga was known as an rapper assassin. But I'm gone, bro. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, if you're to see down in the comments below, bro. I'm gone, bro.